Hi everyone, lovely to see you again. This time we're going to be looking at how to make an embroidered decoration. There are lots of different shapes of these and lots of different colours, so I'm going to be really excited to see what you've done when you send me your feedback. So inside your packet, and please don't forget to reuse your Polly Pockets, will you? So you get your wooden shape, lots of different sizes and shapes. You get your ribbon for tying it up to hang it at the end, and then you get your thread, which is have the needle through the middle of the band, yeah, that little needle. You need to be careful of that because even though it is plastic and flexible, it can still do you damage. So what you need to do first of all is cut yourself a length of thread off, not too long, I would say at least a foot long, and give it a little twist in your fingers. Sweaty fingers work the best. And then you are pushing that through the eye of the needle. And it does take practice, but these needles are pretty good because they've got quite a big hole. So take your little wooden shape, decide which one you want to be, the front or the back. This one's got a little mark on it just there, so I'm going to have that as the back. And I'm going to come from the back to the front, and then from the front to the back. And you must always go back in the same way that you just came out. And what you need to do is to tie those two lengths together. And don't cut it off. Do a double knot. Don't cut it off because you will need that for tying up later. And so now you're ready to get sewing. So what I'm going to do is show you some different sewing threads, some different sewing styles. And what we need is a long piece of wool, and we're going to do running stitch. So I'm coming from the back through to the front, and I'm pulling it all the way through, not leaving any baggy bits, and then I'm going to my next hole. And I'm coming from the front through to the back, and I'm not pulling it too tight, I'm just pulling it tight enough. Then to the next hole, from the back through to the front, remembering always to go the same way in that you came out. Because if you don't, because I'm at the back now, and so if I come from the front, look what happens. It goes round the edge. Now that's all right if that's what you want to do. That's absolutely fine, and we can use that to our advantage. But if we want a running line, we need to keep coming the same way, from the front to the back and the back to the front. So there we have basic running stitch. Now if we wanted to fill these gaps in, what we can do on the back is come over to the last hole, and that brings us out, so we can go over that gap and fill that in. And so this is running stitch, where we've gone all the way and then come all the way back with running stitch as well. And so there you see, we've filled all the gaps in. And it actually looks the same on both sides. Now I'm going to show you another one, and this one is called back stitch. It starts off just the same. So we start with the running stitch, come to the next hole at the front, and now I'm at the back, so I'm coming at the next hole from the back. Pull it all the way through, don't leave any big loopy bits, will you? And so now what we're going to do, we're going to fill this hole in immediately, this little gap. So I'm coming back to the same hole, pull it through, and then to the other side of that stitch, back through, and then you start with your running stitch. Then to your next hole, and then we go back to fill in the gap, and that makes it our running stitch. And let me just get to the end and then I can show you, because this time on the back it looks completely different, which is really exciting. So look at that. All the front is just one line of stitch, but on the back this time it's actually double. There's two little stitches in the same place, so we've got gaps. The back will never look as good as the front. Enjoying doing it is the most important thing. Doesn't matter what it looks like. Now what we're going to look at is cross stitch. So if we start up at the top, and we're doing diagonal stitches with this one. So we start at the top, we come diagonally down to the bottom, and then what we need to do at the bottom at the back is come to this one, but at the back, pull it all the way through, and then we can go up and over, and that gives us our cross stitch. So we move along to the next hole, and we come down diagonally again, then at the bottom we're coming over backwards to be able to get our line to go up and over. Now that cross stitch, there's a gap in the middle. You don't always want a gap in the middle. So what we can do is come down to this bottom hole, so we're right next to the last cross stitch, because this is where we went in last. So we're coming down to the bottom hole, we're coming up to the top one, so we've got our line across, we're coming backwards to that same hole, and then over and across, and you see you get cross stitches next to each other. What you could also do is actually do one cross stitch, leave a gap, one cross stitch, leave a gap, and then come back through, and maybe with a different colour, and fill those gaps in. It's up to you. You can do whatever you want on your shape. You've got plenty of holes to work with, yeah? So when it comes to finishing off, you take your thread, and we're working our way back to the end where we first started, because you've got that loose thread, haven't you, from when you tied it, and we are going to tie the one that we've just finished with to the one that we first started with, or if you've joined some together you can use those ones. Don't forget, double knot, keep it safe. When you cut it off, make sure that you don't go too close and open everything up. Ooh, after all that hard work, that would be really upsetting, wouldn't it? So you see what the back looks like. Little bit of a mess, but the front, we've got lovely cross stitches. Now when you've done all that, what we need to do is to put your ribbon through your holes. So you've done all your cross stitch all over. Now some of these holes are bigger or smaller than the others, and the best way to do it is to take your ribbon, fold it in half, push it through. You can do it double if you want to. If you can manage to do that, that's fine. Pull your two bits together, tie a knot in the end, and there we are. All ready to hang wherever you want. I hope you enjoy doing this. Take care, and I can't wait to see what you do. Have a good time. Bye.